In today's video, we're going to look into a scenario in which Botswana forms an empire. And the first thing they do is invade Zimbabwe with the goal of annexing it fully. And no, they're not invading that fast. As they swiftly and efficiently move in, overpowering the Zimbabwean forces. And then they decide to annex it. South Africa, after they annexed all of Zimbabwe. Why? Because they can expand pretty fast. As they decide, since South Africa is pretty strong, they decide to rapidly launch spearheads at different cities like Johannesburg. Quickly, they take Johannesburg, or is that where Pretoria is? One or the other. And then they quickly start rushing down to Cape Town. As they quickly rush some troops over here. And as you can see, they're rapidly approaching forwards as they decide to move. They also move down to block off some land. And well, as they're headed towards Cape Town, they manage to reach the Cape and quickly take Cape Town, with different Botswana majority areas surrendering quicker. And well, quickly it surrenders. So let's see, the people are looking bad. So they decide to invade Namibia to make their borders look less like a square with an offset circle. As they quickly start crossing in. Wait, oops, too quick. As they quickly cross the border and quickly start moving towards the coast. And they quickly start moving towards everything, taking major cities and stuff, and then it falls. And now to see the peace, they decide to send an ultimatum. After they annexed Namibia, splitting the country in two and then puppeting the two halves. But then they decide to send an ultimatum in which they demand all of these lands from Zambia. Zambia gives in. Why? Because if they fight back, they're going to lose. And if they don't, well, their people won't be happy. And it's better than having your people even more unhappy because you lost. Well, now they decide to invade Mozambique. And this is a big problem. They didn't expect one thing. They didn't account for it even. They didn't even think this could happen. So they started invading Mozambique. They reach the coast in this one spot. And they continue in. But during this time, Angola comes with a surprise attack, sending in hundreds of thousands of troops, with them not expecting it. They're at war with the strongest nation now in this region, who's moving in, rapidly advancing, and even decides to invade the puppet. Their puppet, really. They invade Namibia, with this part of Namibia surrendering and pushing back. But they decide to continue that front, the other front, as they view it as their best way for success. And well, quickly the south of Mozambique falls, and then Mozambique decides to surrender, because that's its only move left. And in this direction over here, South Africa starts an offensive heading north towards Angola's towards Angola's border, which they rapidly achieve this goal and even encircle some. But they have one problem. On the coast, Angola is rapidly advancing and is now into the next puppet. Yes, next part of the puppet of Mozambique. So South Africa encircles them here with success, as they decide to do that and that. And then they march into the northern part of the puppet, which leads to the collapse of Angola's front into Botswana, into the Botswanan Empire, which leads to Botswana starting new fronts into this front. And well, with Angola basically unable to defend, well, they start moving up the coast. to get to Angola's capital. Yes, Angola's capital. And it falls. When it falls, Angola surrenders. But I think its capital's on the coast. Let's see the peace. Annex the majority of southern Mozambique, minus the most southern part, and they annexed most of this area, parts in the north. The northern parts left as a puppet with that. Angola loses border territories, not much, and isn't puppeted. Mozambique is puppeted. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. But not until you subscribe. Why should you subscribe? Because subscribing will help us get to 3,000 subscribers by December 25th, which is 23 days left. So please subscribe. We're at 2,838. All we need is just 160 something. So please subscribe. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out.